What's up, G.I. Joe fans? Welcome back to the M.I.B. Master Museum. I'll be your curator today. Guys, we got a real cool one for you. A real fun treat for you. All the way from 1993, we bring you the G.I. Joe Commemorative Collection Action Soldier, U.S. Army Infantry. All the way from 1993. Let's bring this guy in. Let's get better acquainted with this beautiful figure. I bought my action soldier from a really cool collector. And at the time, I didn't have this guy. As a matter of fact, at the time, this particular action soldier was sold in a set of 5. Your action sailor, action soldier, action marine, and action pilot. And I know I said 5, and we'll get to that 5th one. But they were sold in a set of 5. And the first time I heard about these guys, they were being sold at the 1993-1994 G.I. Joe Collectors Convention held in New York. And a really cool location, too. It just wasn't at a convention hall or anything like that. It was held at the USS Intrepid battleship, which was turned into a museum. And this is where the 1993/1994 G.I. Joe Collectors Convention was held at. It was held on the USS Intrepid. Really cool. Sadly, I couldn't make that convention. I wanted to, but I could not make that. And I was really bummed about it. But at any rate, I would still wind up getting all 5 of the commemorative figures that were being sold. And these guys were being sold like crazy. They were selling like hotcakes. This, you got to understand, this was still G.I. Joe's re-entry into the 12-inch figure again, turning back into a 12-inch figure. This was 1993, so we were just getting acquainted with the Hall of Fame body style 12-inch G.I. Joe. And as you can see, Hasbro did a beautiful job at really making these guys look like the vintage 1960s versions of themselves. From the head sculpt, as you can see, our action soldier, he's nicely sealed in there. There's his pistol and holster. There's his canteen holder. There's the iconic coffin box. And yes, he can fit in there. These, once again, you're talking about these big, beautiful window box sets. And this is how they came. And everything's just laid out. And I had a collector make just an excellent reference about these big, beautiful window boxes. He said, this is why you should never take these guys out when they're displayed like this in the box, beautifully displayed like this with everything in its proper place. You can't beat that. You know, why would you want to take this guy out when he's displayed this beautifully? And don't get me wrong, you could. I mean, you want to just take him out and put his equipment on him and display him. That's fine too. But, you know, as an M.I.B. collector and M.I.B. collectors like myself, we love when toy companies set these guys up and display these guys inside their packaging like this, because it's just so beautiful. Beautiful to see. Let's see, I'm gonna see if I can do something here. Trying to get you a better shot of this guy. And you're looking at this guy and you're saying, you know, why does he look familiar? Well, we did a video maybe a few months ago on the Action Man soldier, and he was in the same window box style, and he had pretty much the same equipment and everything, and he was set up just like this with his coffin box and everything. The only difference was that he wore his helmet. He came with his helmet on, as opposed to our G.I. Joe action soldier having his helmet off and displayed. So that was really the only difference with the sets. But for the most part, it was the same uniform, same outfit, same big, durable Hall of Fame body, same head sculpt. Maybe some slight variations to the head sculpt, but for the most part, about the same. You see, he's still locked in there pretty good. Beautifully done. And he's got everything. His big machine gun, the tripod, his knife, his entrenching tool. There's his rifle. There's his helmet, his cap, his map case. There's his grenades, his pistol. He's got his other. What is this? This is some type of a case here. Canteen. And the cool thing about it, like I said, this guy, I got him the whole set of 5, and I was just thrilled to death. There was a variant that was that you could purchase as well, and it was so hard to get because it was the fifth soldier, G.I. Joe, to this set. And a collector told me about this particular 5th, G.I. Joe that was being sold. And I was like, what? Well, I got all 4. So I didn't know there was a 5th one. But he said, yeah, there's actually a 5th one. Let's turn this box around and we'll get more into that. Let's sitting back up there. Get you a blown out shot. There's a look. And here's our 4. There's our soldier, our sailor, our marine, and our pilot. All beautifully done. And this is the G.I. Joe exclusive commemorative edition figures. Collect them all. And we did. And here's our 30th salute to G.I. Joe, 1964 to 1994. And they have so much information on these boxes. Once again, this is why, as a mint in box collector, I can't bring myself to destroy these beautiful, beautiful boxes. And here's his file card. More information. And let's get you a date here. 1993. And here's a really cool set of the 3 3/4 inch versions of these G.I. Joes that you could pick up, even with the astronaut, action pilot. He was an astronaut as well. And he came with his capsule and everything. Super, super awesome. Beautifully done. So that was really the cool part. And let's bring him back down here. So basically you had 5 of these guys, and to get back into our story, 5 of these guys, and I was on the hunt for the 5th one, and I found out that the 5th G.I. Joe was an action soldier. I say, well, I have an action soldier. Would they make another action soldier? And they say, no, he is an exclusive variant, but he's an African American G.I. Joe action soldier. I say, really? And so I had to track that one down. It took me some time, but I tracked that one down because he was the most expensive of all 5 of the G.I. Joes from this commemorative edition set collection. So without further ado, let's see if I can make some space here till we can bring our African American action soldier version in. And here he is. Let's get you a blown out shot of both of these boxes here. As you can see, both of these boxes are beautiful. This guy came in a brown shipping box, because he was just, that's how you, I guess you had to send out for him or something like that. I don't know quite how the story goes, but the collector that I purchased mine from said he had to actually mail away for him, and he didn't get him from the G.I. Joe collectors convention back in 1993-94. But as you can see, this is just a gorgeous figure, beautiful head sculpt. He came with everything. Once again, get you a blown out look of him. He came with everything that the other G.I. Joe action soldier came with. The difference was he was just African American. That was literally the only difference. And I said, for what I paid for this guy was really an arm and a leg. He was not cheap. And he's still not cheap. But you still can get these guys. You can get them off of eBay and Amazon. But I will always say, go to try Coswell Collectibles first and foremost. I've been doing business with Coswell Collectibles for about 15 years in locating hard to find G.I. Joes that I just didn't have for my collection, and somehow, I overlooked. And there's a lot out there that I don't have. I know, contrary to popular belief, guys, I don't have all of the G.I. Joes that were ever made. Our museum is massive. I have a massive G.I. Joe collection, but I am missing a few pieces here and there. So, but this was just a beautiful figure, and because of the collecting illness that I have, there's no way I could know that there was one action soldier and there was another one out there as a variant and not be able to go get it. I had to have it for my museum collection. And these guys have been in my museum collection for a long time. And I really love these sets. They're beautifully done. Once again, like I said, anytime you put these guys on these big, beautiful window boxes, they're just simply fantastic. Just gorgeous at every level because of what they represent. And the Hall of Fame, I'm such a huge Hall of Fame, G.I. Joe Hall of Fame fan. I love these, the big, durable, well-construction bodies. The oversized hands. A lot of collectors, once again, they don't like them. I love them for the simple fact that, of what they represented. And this is, once again, this was the infancy stages of G.I. Joe becoming a 12-inch figure again. And you had to have this part or this historical time for G.I. Joe before you can make it to the next level of what G.I. Joe would become in the late 90s and early 2000s. So the Hall of Fame line restarted all of that. And that was the cool part about it. And to represent the old vintage style of the box and the head sculpts and the uniforms and the equipment was just a beautiful touch. Guys, what do you think about our action soldiers? Are you looking for these guys? Do you have these guys? We want to hear all of that. Leave a comment in the comment section right underneath this video. If you have these guys, or you've been collecting these guys, or you've just been looking for these guys, we want to talk about it. We want to get the chatter started about it. Do you have this African American, this fifth action soldier? Do you have him? Are you still looking for him? You know, we might be able to help out. So definitely give us a comment right underneath this video, and we'll get right back to you, because we like to talk about stuff like this. We're collectors, guys. Guys, we have a fun day planned for you. We have some more videos coming your way. We want you to stay tuned. You know the routine, guys. Grab your favorite beverage. Hop on the couch and kick back. And tune in to the M.I.B. Master Museum channel. God bless. And keep collecting.